Peace and blessings, y'all. I just wanted to take a second to say Michelle and I appreciate everyone that's listening from all the states, you know what I'm saying? And shout out Minnesota. They're our first, non-Wisconsin state for the new month. They're our first, download or whatever. They were the first one to download or listen to an episode other than Wisconsin. Wisconsin's always first. But I noticed Minnesota was our first download of the month other than Wisconsin. So shout y'all out. Where y'all been? We appreciate y'all. Go down a deep ocean dive and listen to some of our episodes, you know what I mean? And we just ask anyone that's listening, listen with an open mind and consider that the things we talk about and all that are based off our life experiences, you know what I mean? And how we view and see the world. Yeah. But with that, we'll get out of here. Let's get to this episode, y'all. That print, y'all, off the Batman soundtrack. It's called Party Man. You know, Prince did that soundtrack for the Batman movie. I'm talking about the Batman movie that came out in, 88, 89, with Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, and all them. Yeah, that was my favorite Batman movie. Y'all go check that out when you get a chance. Yep. Play a little bit of the soundtrack. Happy Monday, y'all. Let's go on and, make today a great day. Let's make this week a great week. Make sure we are not supporting Trump shit. You know what I mean? Stay out them stores and stuff. If, you think you can still make that happen, let's test our discipline. Let's see if we can go another day and then another day. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Do something good for somebody today and do not support anything linked to Trump or Musk. Leave all that shit alone. And no more politics today. Well, whatever's on this episode, it is what it is, but I think we're going to leave the politics alone. After this episode, just, maybe just for a few episodes, we'll just do some other stuff. And although it's very hard not to talk about Orange Man because of how this election is clearly affecting all of us. You know what I mean? That's why when they were saying this is the most consequential election, it truly is. But the thing that was bothering me is when you heard Republicans saying that during the election, and my question to them would always be, okay, if Kamala wins, what is going to be so consequential for the right side? If Kamala were to have won, what negative consequences would you fucking Trumpers, how much was your life going to change for the negative? If Kamala would have won, are you going to lose your house all of a sudden? Are they going to come repo your car? Are you going to just all of a sudden life's just going to be horrible? No, it's not. Because before Trump became president again, before Biden, before Obama and all that, because that's why a lot of you Trumpers are mad, because we had a black president for 8 years. You guys are upset about that. But your life was fine. That's why you really know people don't truly care about all this shit that they're talking about, that they care for, that they got up and voted for. That's why I was saying this race was about race. That's the last thing I'll say about it. It was about race. Kamala Harris didn't do nothing wrong. She just got screwed over by white people and some of her own black and brown people. That's what happened. She didn't do shit wrong. She had a plan. It was either too late or people thought she couldn't make it happen or whatever. Just complete bullshit narratives why people didn't want to support her. I'm still upset about that, but you know what I mean? My conscience, I have a clear conscience. Because I was supporting Harris. She didn't win, but my conscience is clear because I know who I was supporting. So I don't have to feel guilty about anything. But you black Trump supporters, you brown Trump supporters, you white Trump supporters, y'all can all kiss my ass. How about that? All right, but no more politics after this episode. Just, maybe for a few episodes. But then I'm sure we'll get right back to it. All right, enjoy a little bit more of this Prince to open this episode. Michelle's still in the bed. I think we're going to get some breakfast with my mother this morning, so we'll check on that. But I'm going to play a little more of this Prince off the Batman soundtrack. This one's called Vicky Waiting, and then we'll get to this episode. And thanks to everyone that's listening to us, and peace and blessings. Shout out Nomadic Introvert. Shout out 90s Crime Time. Shout out Crime Junkie. Shout out Roman Reckless. Shout out Married with My Husband. I'm just shouting out podcasts and YouTube channels we listen to and stuff like that. And yeah, those are the ones that we're really checking out a lot. Alright, y'all, so go check those out. And make sure you're always checking out the Cold World Podcast with DVJ and Michelle. And if you're in or around the Milwaukee area, make sure you get you some Collectivo coffee up in you. All right, y'all. Peace. Prince is better than Michael Jackson, too.
Lord of the 12, so base, and I swore it was fly as LL. Pyrex, baking soda, familiar with hell smell. Do my dirt for my lonely, cause what could the shell tell? No longer on that hard tip, cause I'm in the beaches, weed and car kicks. I am a narcissist, it's heartless, I'm lying, but I swing iron, fill up a cartridge. Going to war, a few men have died. Read up, conquer the law, committed genocide. All I know is every 10 minutes another tenor fly. Now I'm an entrepreneur that thinks enterprise. I ain't going to jail and I ain't posting the bill. I'm the brother Donnie told you about, pushing the kill. Probably on the island, high spot in the wheel. Now the re-up's so legal, beloved, how could I feel? Ghost. Couldn't get a job, so I read up. Mama need food, so I read up. Not locked at the library, gotta read up.
In the matter of Michael Carneal, DOC number 15112, the board has duly deliberated. Mr. Brock, in the initial hearing on September the 20th, you entered a vote of a serve out. Is that still your vote for today?
Yes, it is.
This is that Kentucky school shooter. Parole hearing.
Ms. Brown, how do you vote? Ms. Hardesty, how do you vote today? Serve out. Mr. James, how do you vote?
Serve out.
Ms. Lathan, how do you vote? Serve out. Mr. Helbig, how do you vote? As chair, I entered my vote on September the 20th as well as a serve-out. It will remain the same today. Mr. Carnell, can you see and hear us okay?
Yes.
After deliberating, Mr. Carnell, due to the seriousness of your crime involved a weapon, you had lives taken, and the seriousness, again, it is the decision of the parole board today to allow you to serve out the remainder of your sentence. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
This concludes all matters pertaining to Michael Carnell. The parole board will not conduct any media interviews today. A written statement on behalf of the board has been prepared. If you would like to receive a copy.
So I'll give y'all a little background on that parole hearing, that Kentucky school shooting. So that was, that dude's name was Michael Carneal. It's Carneal. Carneal, Michael Carneal. So I'll just read a little bit of what happened. So it says, when 14-year-old Michael Carneal opened fire on his fellow students during a before-school prayer meeting in 1997, school shootings were not yet a part of the national consciousness. The carnage that left 3 students dead and 5 more injured at Heath High School near Paducah, Kentucky, ended when Carnell pulled down his weapon and the principal walked him to the school office, a scene that seems unimaginable today. After stretching today's imagination, Carnell's life sentence guaranteed an opportunity for parole after 25 years, the maximum sentence permissible at the time given his age. A quarter century later, Carnell is 39 with a parole hearing next week that comes at a very different time in American life. Damn, dude looks a hell of a lot older than 39. Says a quarter century later, Carnell is 39 with a parole hearing next week that comes at a very different time in American life, after Sandy Hook, after Uvalde. Today, police officers and metal detectors are an accepted presence in many schools, and even kindergartners are drilled to prepare for active shooters. That's crazy. I just remember back, like, when I was in school, like when I was a kid and stuff, the only kind of, like, drills we did were tornado drills. Y'all remember that? You used to get under your desk and all that shit or whatever it was? But damn, now they're doing, like, active shooter drills and stuff. See if I can find some video on that. Yeah, it says 25 years seems so long ago. Miss Jenkins Smith recalls thinking at the time of the sentencing, Jenkins Smith was 15 when she was shot by Carnell, someone she considered a friend. The bullet left her paralyzed, and she uses a wheelchair to get around. Over the years, she has counted down the time until Carnell would be eligible for parole. She's, quote, she says, I would think it's been 10 years. How many more years? At the 20-year anniversary memorial, I thought, it's coming up. Yeah, so that's kind of a little bit what happened with that. And the part that kind of stuck out my mind was when they said, it says, the carnage that left 3 students dead and 5 more injured at Heath High School near Paducah, Kentucky, ended when Carnell pulled down his weapon and the principal walked him to the school office, a scene that seems unimaginable today. No, that's white privilege. That's still happening. A lot of them school shooters don't end up getting killed nowadays. You know what I mean? Didn't they take Dylan Roof and them to McDonald's or some shit like that? Or it was one of them killers. It was one of them killers back in the day. I'm not sure if it was Dylan Roof or I don't know, but it was one of them, remember? Because everyone was making a big deal out of it. I was like, damn, man, they took dude to was it Burger King or something? One of them white serial killers. They didn't get killed, and they ended up taking them for food and all kinds of shit, like fast food on the way when they were, like, transporting them to the jail or whatever. They were stopping, getting them fast food and stuff like that. I remember, too, that sparked a memory. Like, when you go to prison and shit, like, I remember, I'll tell y'all a quick story. When I was going from RCI, when I was going to Waupun, or even, like, when you get just transferred to any joint, like, you might be at medium and you might, have been got your minimum or whatever. So you're on the bus and you're, driving all around because, they drop and pick people up. You know what I mean? It'll be a bunch of inmates on the bus and shit. They might be taking people to Kettle Moraine prison, dropping a few people off there, picking a few people up because they're going to another joint. You know what I mean? So sometimes the police and stuff like that, the driver who's driving, the prison driver and shit, the bus, it's the CO and shit. They'll stop off and get food. I seen, as a matter of fact, I don't know if it's still there, but I remember on the way to Dodge one time, they stopped off at a Piggly Wiggly. There's a Piggly Wiggly, like, going, like, to Dodge and, like, Waupun prison. There's a Piggly Wiggly, like, kind of off the freeway highway that's not that far from the prison. Because I remember them stopping there, because I remember we were in the parking lot, we were all like, like, damn, I was thinking, like, damn, I wish I could get some food and shit out of there. Because, yep, the driver, he went in there, grabbed some stuff, and came back. I think he brought back some sandwiches or something for him and the other CO. And I remember another time when we were leaving RCI, when they were taking me to Waupun, I remember them stopping off at the gas station and going in there and getting snacks and stuff and sodas and shit. And I'm like, damn, man, are they supposed to do that? I can see stopping off to get gas if you potentially need gas, the bus up or whatever. But just stopping off to just get snacks and shit like that, yep. So they used to do that, but they didn't ever used to get us nothing, is my point. I went all around the block to get next door, but they didn't get us no, you know what I'm saying? When they stop off at the food place, they didn't ask us if we wanted nothing or whatever, or we're hungry. Are y'all hungry? But yeah, y'all remember that. I forgot which mass shooter it was, or school shooter it was, or whatever. It was a white fella, though. It was one of them kids. And they took dude to, he was either Burger King or McDonald's. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, that's white privilege. That's white privilege. Because they look at white killers just in general. They look at them different. Anytime they kill people and shit like that, they all try to go into their history and find out, like, where they went wrong and all that kind of shit. But when someone black kills somebody, we're just animals. They just call us animals. We're just super predators and shit. Remember that when they were labeling us super predators back in, like, the 90s and stuff? Because that's when I first started getting in trouble. Yeah. I was a victim of that. I mean, I did it to myself because I was getting in trouble and shit. Life's about choices. I understand that. But like that, what was that? The tough on crime. What was that? 94. Yeah, the 94 crime bill. I got caught up in that. They were locking people up because that's right around when I started getting in trouble. Yeah. Early night, like right about a couple years after I got done with high school, I started getting in trouble and shit. So I know how all that went. That shit was crazy. But that happened. I said the shooting at Heath High School took place on December 1st, 1997, the Monday after Thanksgiving break. Less than 4 months later, 11-year-old Andrew Golden and 13-year-old Mitchell Johnson shot and killed 4 classmates and a teacher at West Middle School near Jonesboro, Arkansas. Oh, this is a different one, y'all. Damn. I was going down the article, you know what I mean? Because I was reading that one article about the Kentucky shooting, and I thought it was still the same article. I just thought it was a long article, so I was just going to pick up reading. This was a totally different shooting. Because both of those happened in 97. This is a totally different one, yeah. Damn, that's crazy. At a Heath High School took place. Shooting at Heath High School in December 1st, 1997, the Monday after Thanksgiving break. Less than 4 months later, 11-year-old... Oh, no, that was the one that was the one I was talking about, but then it went into another shooting right after that. I thought it was more information. My bad. So that shooting did happen on December 1st, 1997, the Monday after Thanksgiving break. And then they're saying less than 4 months later, 11-year-old Andrew Golden and 13-year-old Mitchell Johnson shot and killed 4 classmates and a teacher at Westside Middle School near Jonesboro, Arkansas. They wounded another 9 children and 1 adult. The pair were tried as juveniles and released on their 21st birthdays. What? That's crazy as hell. So they killed them kids. And they only did, wow. So they didn't even do about like 10 years. 2 decades later, in 2018, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz killed 17 students and staff members at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. At the same time, Carneal is being considered for possible release. Yeah. Jenkins Smith has tried for years to understand why Carneal opened fire on his fellow students that day. She was in the marching band with Carneal, and before the shooting, said, "I loved being around him because he made a boring day fun," she said. She met with Carneal in prison in 2007 and had a long conversation with him. He apologized to her and says she has forgiven him. Carneal's parole hearing is scheduled to start on Monday with testimony from those injured in the shooting and close relatives of those who were killed. Jenkins Smith says she knows of only one victim who supports some form of supervised release for Carneal, less confining than prison but not unrestricted freedom. On Tuesday, Carneal will make his case from the Kentucky State Reformatory in LaGrange. If the board rules against release, they can decide how long Carneal should wait before his next opportunity for parole. And then that's the audio y'all just heard, where they said, nope. Good, he shouldn't get out. That's crazy as hell, man. I know some black people that have done less than that shit and got longer time. They're still in prison. Yeah, that's white privilege going on there. They let them dudes out on their 21st birthday. They let them 2 white girls out that stabbed that girl up with that Slender Man case here in Wisconsin. Yep, they're both out now. Both them little crazy white girls are out. And that's the thing. I feel like them 2 girls, there's always a potential for them to snap out on somebody again. You know what I mean? Because how can someone be that kindly deeply disturbed, whatever they got going on, you know what I mean, to do that to somebody? You don't just come back from that. I feel like that's always going to kind of be in there, like potentially for them to just like lose it again. You know what I mean? Like if the wrong thing happens, emotionally, mentally, and they can't handle it. I'm sitting here watching the Oscars too and shit. Michelle's at her mom's house, at her mom and dad's house. They're celebrating, her daughter's birthday a little more and stuff like that. So I just fell back, stayed back on watching the Oscars, watching NBA games and stuff like that. Yeah. Watching the Pats. Yeah. But I hope everyone's weekend went good, y'all, you know what I mean? And, but yeah, that's crazy. That's white privilege. That's a form of white privilege, you know what I mean? Like when black and brown people like say that white people have white privilege, it's not just something just like to say to be disrespectful or mean to them or nothing. It's really a thing. That's really a thing. It's meaning that you as being white, you're privileged to be able, like that white serial killer. He was privileged enough to where them white police officers cared about him enough or respected him just enough because they had something in common with him, felt bad for him or whatever, They gave him enough privilege, and he was privileged enough in their eyes for them to stop and get food and ask him if he wanted a Burger King. If he wanted BK, have it your way. Yeah, that. He ruled. Yeah. You know, if they would have had little Ray Ray in the back of the car, he would have shot something up. They wouldn't, and they stopped off to get Burger King, BK. If they would have stopped at BK, they wouldn't have asked dude if he wanted something his way. And then, but if he would have been like, that's crazy. All right, y'all, I'm going to get back to the Oscars, though. Sometime I'll be trying to make, stuff just a little more humorous and stuff, you know what I mean? Just to kind of, because some of the stuff you got to laugh at it to keep from crying at it. It's just crazy. This world is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen the shit that's going on out here like this. Yeah. All right, y'all. Back to the episode. And enjoy the upcoming week. Yeah, but that article I just read, all that information I read, that one's from the Associated Press, y'all.
To be costumed by the great Paul Tasmo. It's one of the biggest honors of my alleged career.
Yeah, we're just watching the Oscars. I mean, I'm watching the Oscars.
Because I can't talk about your exquisite work without sounding like a total jackass.
All right, y'all.
The kind of person who says Alpha's costuming tells us.
Chewy, what are you doing? We're watching Goodfellas, y'all. I don't know. Was that potentially a racist comment that Joe Pesci said? Y'all heard him just say something about sounding like Nat King Cole? I don't know. Maybe we'll let that one. I don't know. Hey, baby. I think what's the name might have said something racist on the Goodfellas. Joe Pesci. Hold on, I'm gonna rewind it.
Wait, who?
Joe Pesci.
Really?
Let's see. You be the judge.
Okay.
When he talks about Nat King Cole.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, you can see how wake up and fall for him. What? Well, I mean, not me. I'm just saying, like, you can see how
Here it
some
comes.
good, like that Swedish girl.
In other words, you condone that stuff. It's easy. I know. Just want to make sure I don't end up kissing freaking Nat King Cole over here.
No, I'm not talking about you. You understand? You can see how a girl cook. He's got it.
What do you think?
Basically saying, just want to make sure you're not kissing this black guy over here, right?
That's what I thought.
He's just running around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in a movie?
Yeah, Goodfellas.
Oh.
I'm about to turn this bullshit off. This is crazy as hell. You know, there's, I think it's like 9 states or something like that where you can legally marry your first cousin and shit. And y'all know who are doing that. That's mainly a white issue. Let me see. It says it's legal to marry your first cousin in many states. That's incest. So they're saying it's legal to incest your first cousin. That's so crazy. It's legal to marry your first cousin in many states, including Alabama, Alaska, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, and the District of Columbia. It's also legal to marry a second cousin in every state. What? States that allow first cousin marriage: Alabama, Alaska, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Maryland, and Massachusetts. Marriage laws for cousins. Whether you can marry a cousin depends on the laws of the state where you live. If you marry your first cousin in California, your marriage may be illegal if you move to another state. Personal and or cultural beliefs can also impact whether you can marry a cousin. That's just nasty as hell. And look, look. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. They made that law for down south people, though. That law was created. Hold on, watch. I'm going to prove it, too. Hold on. They said Alabama has the most inbreeding. I couldn't find the other information I was looking for, but it says Alabama has the most inbreeding. And then Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi. Well, yeah, this is the information pretty much I was looking for, because these are pretty much down south white states. Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Arkansas, California, and Colorado. So that there's only 2 states out of there where you could potentially call those like liberal states or blue states, or you know what I'm saying? Where you would say like there's a lot of black and brown people, but we don't do that kind of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like the majority of these states where the inbreeding happens, those are white states. Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina. Yeah. That's crazy. Most inbred states, 2024. Inbreeding is the production of offspring from the mating of individuals who are closely related. Inbreeding is taboo worldwide due to the high potential for sexual abuse, especially child abuse and lasting trauma. Additionally, the chances of inheriting genetic disease significantly increases among children who are the result of inbreeding. Hey, that's why some of them kids, that's why some of them people come out dumb as hell. They'll be looking crazy as hell. They'll be looking strange as hell. Some of them white people, when they come out, they look inbred. All right, y'all. It says, researchers from the University of Queensland observed 450,000 genomes from people of European descent born between 1938 and 1967. Out of the group, 125 people met the inbreeding criteria, meaning the parents were either first-degree relatives, siblings, or second-degree relatives, aunts, uncles, etc. I was laughing so hard my eyes are watering, it's making my eyes burn now. In this group, researchers found common health issues such as decreased cognitive abilities and muscular function, reduced height and lung function, and a greater risk of contracting disease in general. Because I was just sitting here saying how some of them, like them inbreeds,
yeah,
when they come out, they'll be looking all weird and shit.
Yeah.
They have a look to them, and then they just said too when I was doing the reading, they said in this group, researchers found common health issues such as decreased cognitive abilities and muscular function, reduced height and lung function, and a greater risk of contracting diseases in general. Yeah, I knew they come out looking weird sometimes. And it's the down south states, baby, mostly the white states that lead in the inbreed. Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, and them. Yeah. That's a white thing. It says inbreeding is common, specifically in the eastern part of Kentucky, and the region is plagued by the stereotype that every family is inbred. Damn. While the stereotype is not entirely true, inbreeding rates are higher in eastern Kentucky than any other part of the state.
Gross.
That's crazy as hell. Is that why them cigarettes are so cheap down there? I don't know. There's a lot of, let's see, they got incest rates. Alabama has an incest rate of 0.3%. First cousin marriage allowed? Yes. First cousin marriage is void? No. Out-of-state marriages by state residents void. Why would they allow someone to marry their cousin? Their morals and values are fucked up down there. Because they had that going on in their families. From back in the day. That's crazy, y'all. Alright. Back to crime time. Someone's at a Wendy's. Something happened at a Wendy's. Y'all said Wendy's called NASA. She said, we're coming in to work today. Please, you all know she done snuck out that house before. Yeah. They look inbred. All right, y'all. They're getting pie.
They make money. Might crack a smile in the damn. You gon' make money. You can't they reach me, I'm still plugging. Slum living, I've been on my shit since 96. D-Honey, wipe my shoulders, I'm a soldier, made it out the trench. I've been on my shit too, Remo. Slum living, I've been on my shit since 96. Wipe my shoulders, I'm a soldier, made it out the trench.
Heinekens. Slum living, I've been on my shit since 96. Maybe it was 86, I always did some crazy shit. But back in 96, I would fly bricks. I-95 rider, make a nigga mind trip. I'm on bad boy, why I wanna fly bricks? I should've been home, that Montana syndrome. But Tony and the nigga blood, and I'm on the tiger and the bullshit, the man shit, nigga what? Versace shirt, Versace shoes, I'ma get this money, I don't care what I can do. Back then I had an ignorant attitude, but TVs in the truck will make them hood niggas mad at you. Condos with the flat screen, drug dealer rap kings, wild boys that clap things. If it's white and it's weird, then the rap things. I thank God that I made it out back then. Yeah.
Can't believe that shit. She said, I got shot in the head and he had something to do with the shit. That's crazy, baby. We can't watch Goodfellas no more. We ain't gonna be able to do nothing no more. Damn. You know who else is a child? You know who else slept with somebody that was young? that they shouldn't have? I mean, and the only reason why they got off is because, like, no one can confirm it because they were in the bathroom. So only them two know about it. That Mark Chimura. Dude still has a radio show and shit like that. That's what I think too. That's what I think too. And that's the only reason he got away with it, because they were in the bathroom. I remember listening to that trial on the radio and shit. I was in the House of Correction listening to that shit. I wonder how his co-workers feel about that, though. That work with him, like the women, they probably forgave him. That's why whenever I hear dude being critical of someone on the air with her, I'm like, dude, you ain't got no room to talk, man. About nobody. Brett Favre needs to kick that money in, too, man. What's up with Brett Favre? Dude wants everyone to feel bad for him and shit, because what's wrong with him? He got Parkinson's. Brett Favre. He got Parkinson's disease.
Is that why he stole poor people's money?
I don't give a shit about dude. He didn't even need to do that.
Totally not.
He did not need to do that. His daughter, wasn't it for his daughter, like for a volleyball or court or some shit? The bullet went inside her head, not her mouth. That line was in her mouth, though, before. We had to look at pictures of Mary Buttafuoco. Hey, were they Italian or Sicilian?
I don't know.
See, they tried to expose Oprah and shit, going Oprah. Try to use Oprah to get paid. She got Botox around her lip so that line would go away. Look at her.
Wait, hold on. Stop. I could pick on everybody.
I know, right?
It's fun.
It is. That's crazy, though. No, that is cold-blooded. What was her name?
Wow, look at.
Amy Fisher walked right up to the door and shot her in her mouth.
She's just old, that's why.
She's
just old.
Well, the wrinkles are making that line. You can't tell which one it is because she's got other wrinkles on her mouth now. She had plenty plastic surgery done. That's crazy, ain't it, baby? A whole girl walked right up to the door and shot her in her face. Wait, what happened with that one? Remember that Asian dude and that white lady?
She died.
Oh, really? They had the baby and together and shit?
Yeah, and she went to jail and they ended up getting married when she got out, and then they had like 3 more kids.
We're watching the Crime Times on Oprah Network, y'all. There it is. That's the house.
We had a bullet come through the window in what? November?
Why is she licking her mouth like a serpent? She was. Why did she go answer the door? See, white privilege got her shot in the mouth because she saw Amy Fisher through the door and thought it was just some white girl at the door. If that had been Lakeisha, if she would have looked through her front living room window and it was Lakeisha standing there, she would have never went to the door and opened it. She would have called the police and said, there's a black woman standing outside my window. Right? Wouldn't that what are the odds of that happening? The scenario I just created. So that white privilege got her shot in the mouth. I still feel bad for her, but she's doing okay. Then at Dan Abrams, they canceled his show. Remember that? Because they were exposing people on that body cam video shit show they had. All right, y'all. DOC, Amy Fisher. And then she turned into a porn star and shit.
Okay, so what y'all think about this? So this is white lady, right? Not that even matters. I'm just saying no. It's this white lady, hold on. And she's saying, this is going around on the internet, so I'm sure some of y'all probably heard about this. So this white lady is saying that she's saying that she met someone on Facebook. She says she met a man on Facebook and decided to go on a date that day. She decided to look him up, probably C-capped him or whatever. And she told her mom about him. When she decided to look him up, he had spelled his last name backwards. She told her mom about him. And then she said as she drove 30 minutes to the date, her mom found him. He has assault and strangulation charges. She canceled the date. Good. Good. You know what I mean? I mean, now, if those were active charges, like he had like open cases and shit like that for shit like that, yeah, that's probably not the best idea. You know what I mean? Because the dude could be on some straight up bullshit or whatever. But, what if those, because look, like my situation, I mean, I don't have no heinous crime like that. You know what I mean? But, robbery, forgery, that kind of stuff. But I don't have nothing, just straight up crazy and shit like that. But Michelle C-capped me before her and I started dating. She C-capped me. I didn't know that she did it. I mean, she ended up telling me, some time down the road, once we were a couple and all that, and like, she told me. Yeah. Because she didn't know who I mean, we went to high school together. We didn't kick it or hang out in high school. We didn't know each other in high school. We knew of each other. But, you know what I mean? Our relationship didn't start until, years later. So, in reality, she didn't really know a lot about me other than, oh, I went to high school with him and, just that kind of stuff or whatever. But she looked me up. You know what I mean? And was still willing to give me a chance, though. You know what I mean? And I think some of that was based off, although she didn't know me, she knew enough of me to like, okay. And then I think she saw like, okay, well, dude didn't kill anyone, didn't rape anyone, didn't do anything, heinous. So, you know what I mean? And took a chance on me, and look where we are. We'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary this month, y'all. Yeah. Y'all send us some happy anniversary wishes somehow, some way or something. Yeah, we got our anniversary coming up. The date is always debatable. So when Michelle and I are talking later, well, we'll discuss it, but it's either like the 25th or the 26th where we consider our actual anniversary date of March. But that's coming up, 10 years for us, y'all. That's a big one. This is the longest relationship I've ever been in my life. And I'm just, I'm very pleased with where I'm at in my personal life. I love Michelle, because not only is she my girlfriend, she's my best friend. Straight up, I mean my mom too. You know, you can have more than one best friends, but, you know, I consider my mom my best friend, obviously, but, you know, Michelle's like, she's my girlfriend and my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, so this girl, she says, I don't know if this is her post or if someone else posted it, but it's Jelly Santos, at Mrs. Jelly Santos. So yeah, she looked someone up or met some dude on Facebook and decided to go on a date with him or whatever, and then she told her mom about it, and her mom ended up looking the dude up and found out he had all these, I don't know if they're current charges or shit he did in the past, but my thing is, what if those were, what if that was some shit he did, like, I don't know the age of this person, but let's say that was shit he did 20 years ago, hasn't been in any trouble, like, just, you know, just on the straight and narrow now, just all good. Like, does he not have the right to be with a woman and date and be happy and all that, and or is he just supposed to just be alone? And I mean, I don't know what this dude's background is, though, because he might have some other, like, just super straight up crazy charges, so it's probably best that he's not with anyone. But just, let's take, maybe this guy isn't the best example because he sounds like a complete piece of shit, but let's just, someone like me for my example, let's use me for an example, you know, and I'm not minimizing anything I've done, but, like, the worst thing I've done is robbery, you know, robbing and shit like that, and, you know, and then I wrote, you know, a couple bad checks, shit like that, and stole a car. So, should I not be able to be in a relationship? Should I just suffer the rest of my life because I committed crimes and I shouldn't be worthy of anyone's love? Or like, is someone telling me I shouldn't be happy with Michelle? I shouldn't be able to, because that's part of the reason I'm doing as well as I am. I said part, because I'm in a relationship with somebody. We done built a foundation together. And like I told y'all, like, when I met Michelle, we were about a good 3 years in before I even moved in with her. It ain't like me and her met and then we moved in together and all that. Nope. It was a good 3 years. I wasn't about to just move in with her or get into a serious relationship and all that. No, I had to make sure that my life was squared away, make sure I was doing well. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I had to, you know, focus on myself and make sure, you know, I was all good and everything, and that I was focused on what I needed to be focused on. And now we're doing well. That's because, you know, it's a partnership. You know, we both help each other out in all areas. You know what I'm saying? And, but anyways, it says she told her mom about him, and then it said as she drove 30 minutes to the date, her mom found him. He has an assault and strangulation. Yeah, I'm glad her mom did that. But, like, with those kind of, you know, strangulation, like, yeah, that's a good thing she didn't go out on a date. Like, but let's just say, just for shits and giggles, let's take that strangulation charge off a dude. And let's just say he had an assault, not a sexual assault. Let's just say, like, maybe he had a battery or something, like, you know, like that, like beat somebody up or punch somebody, not a woman. I'm just saying, let's just say he had a couple batteries for, like, getting into fights or whatever like that. And then, should the girl not date the dude? Should she be like, nope, because he has a criminal record? Because, like, we could do that as men. We could do that as men. We could CCAP women, because women go to prison and jail too. And so what if we meet a woman? Well, I'm in a relationship, but let's say, what if you're a guy and you meet a girl and you look her up, you find out she's on parole or probation and shit. Are you going to still date her, or are you going to be like, nah, fuck that, I ain't fucking with her? You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, but yeah, I'm glad her mother did her due diligence, because that could have ended up not so good. But like I said, minus those serious ass cases, like those people that got those just straight up bullshit ass charges. You know what I mean? Like, everyone deserves to be happy and have love and all that, you know what I mean? Because even people that claim to, like, not want to be in relationships and shit like that, a lot of times they really do. They just ain't in one. Because a lot of times, too, when you find people that usually bash relationships or have negative things to say are usually single people, and they are not in a relationship. And they'll be the first ones to be giving a relationship advice. I can't take advice, relationship advice, from anyone that's not in one, or that's always in and out of one. Like that don't even make no sense. All right, y'all. Enjoy the episode, though. And yeah, peace. Oh, wait, let me play the video.
I'm completely ready for a date. Drove 30 minutes to the date. Sat in the parking lot for 2 minutes, turned around, and went right back home. And I know it sounds like I just stood this dude up, or I saw him and I didn't like what I saw and left. That's not the case. Okay, so here's the backstory. Even though I've said a million times I'm done with dating apps, it's just realistically for me, it's hard to organically meet somebody. And so I made a Facebook dating account today, and which I will be deleting. And I matched with this guy, and I thought he was cool. I mean, he looked nice. And we're texting a couple times, and he goes, hey, you know, are you busy tonight? Like, did you want to just meet up instead of just, like, the small talk on here? And I was like, sure, screw it. Like, I'm free. Why not? Let's be adventurous, I guess. Here's the thing. I asked for his first and last name, and all he did was send me a screenshot of his Facebook. I didn't know that he spelled his last name backwards on Facebook. I should have known because it was, like, kind of like a weird last name, but I was like, well, I mean, maybe it's just like a name I've never heard of. So I live in Indiana, and in Indiana there's something called mycase.gov. I don't know how many other states have it, but anyway, you can go to mycase. It's mycase.in.gov, and you can put in somebody's first and last name, or you can just put their last name if it's like a, you know, kind of an uncommon last name. I put his information in, and nothing came up. I was like, okay, cool, he's clean. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait, I'm
about to take these dogs out, y'all. It's about a minute and 20 seconds left, y'all.
The dating app, it says that he works for this company. That would be his last name backwards. So maybe that name is actually his last name. And I did see a couple things that popped up, but a lot of it was just like traffic violations. So I was like, well, that's not bad. Like, I feel like most people are going to get a traffic violation at some point in their life. And I was already getting ready. I'm like, man, I'm kind of like running late, you know, whatever. Like, I think he seems like a good guy. Every other person that I've ever met from a dating app, I mean, I know their mom's name, possibly where they live. Like, this is the one time I did not go, like, CIA investigative mode. But my mom did, because something in her mind goes, wait, something feels weird. And thank God for my mom, for Mama Bing Bong. I'm going to tag her right there. She is looking into this man the entire 30 minutes that I'm driving, and there are pages and pages and pages and pages. And she's like, I'm pretty sure this is him, because you could see a lot of stuff on that. And she's like, you know, a lot of the descriptions on here are matching about what you told me about him. As I'm pulling into the parking lot, she goes, do not go inside. He has several charges for battery, strangulation, several charges for breach of privacy, which I'm pretty sure is like stalking. Got off the phone with my mom, and I said, let me call him real quick, and I'm going to go home. I called him, and I said, hey, just letting you know, my mom looked you up. She's a little investigative baddie, and she found some things, and he goes, okay. I said, is that you? The battery and strangulation? He goes, yeah, that's me. And then he goes on, he's like, you know, that didn't actually happen, and you have nothing to worry about. I go, hold on, I don't know you. I said, yeah, I got a lot to worry about.
That's crazy. Shout out her mom. Whew. Shout out her mom. Shout out that lady's mom. That's good work, because that could have ended bad. But like I said, you know, maybe this dude ain't on no bullshit no more. I don't know if those are active charges or, like, past shit, but, like, either way, like, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But like I said, you know, like, My thing is, it's like, for people that don't have all that, them crazy ass charges and shit though, and all that bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, why should they not be able to be in a relationship? You know what I mean? But clearly this guy, battery, strangulation, like stalking, that's not good. That's not good. All right, y'all, let's get back to this episode. I'm about to take the pets out and enjoy your day. All right. Yeah, that story was crazy as hell, man. I'm glad her mother found that out before she met up with that fucking idiot.